All right, guys, quick mic check. Making sure the microphone's working before we get rolling here. How's it sound? Is it coming through? Thumbs up if you guys can hear us. Okay. All right, nice. All right, Jarrett, John, perfect. I'm gonna give it one more second before we go ahead and get started. Give it one more second. There we go. All right, guys. So as I get this thing pulled up, if you can, go ahead and get your cameras on for us. And if we have anybody else hop on, I might have to just step over to the side and get them back on the camera and get them back in. All right, guys. So good morning. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. I was going to spend some time with us today and get you guys ready and just talk about some stuff that you might need to know getting into the business. So even if you have some questions, you can go ahead and ask them as well. I'm going to shut the door. We have music playing in the office. That's first rule, man. In the office, you always got to have some music playing. So if you're working from home, if you're working in your home office, you know, always have a little bit of music going. It sets the tone, sets the vibe. If you come in our office, we got the Sonos system. So you can pretty much log on to your phone and play music in any room, you know, from anywhere. So I just wanted to shut the door first. But some stuff that we can go over today, it would be things you need to know to get started. You know, nothing complicated. I'm not going to go into, you know, tons and tons of detail about you know, too much about the business per se, but stuff that you need to know getting into the business. So if this is your first phone call, you know, your first Zoom call with us, you know, welcome. And for all your Zoom calls that we all do, if you're going to work virtual, which is such a blessing, we're able to work virtual right now. It is such a blessing. For the last 12 years of my life working with this company, I've been with this company for over 12 years. This year in June will be my 13-year anniversary with AIL. And for pretty much all of those years, we have been working in person. So if I wanted to get training, I would have to drive to the office and meet with the manager or the leader that was doing the training to learn. You know, we didn't have videos or any access to any of that stuff when I was started out in the business. So today I just think about what a blessing and what an amazing tool that we have available to us through the internet, through the Zoom, through the video conferencing. We're able to kind of all be here now, you know, and meet in person, but not have to be here in person. So we're all meeting right now. We're all together, but we don't have to do what's necessary to do. You have to get in your car and drive all the way up here to the office. So what we always want to do is try and make it as much of a realistic situation as possible. So you always want to make sure when we're doing any training, you know, here, try to always, you know, think about, you know, getting situated and think about, hey, if I don't have to drive there, if I don't have to get all dressed up and drive there, I need to make sure at least that I get situated into a place where I can pay attention, and get the information. So, and sometimes it might be your car. It might be the best place for you to go. It might be just a madhouse inside your house, and to get some peace and quiet, you might have to go to your automobile office, your mobile office, as they say. I used my car for the first, probably 10, 15 years in this business. My car was my mobile office. So you got to be able to get work done on the move a little bit. And also, I'll tell you this, I learned a lot in my car because you spend a lot of time driving. So I also turned it into Automobile University. So it's sometimes it would be Automobile University, and then I turn the sign around and it would go to my mobile office again, right? But you definitely can use that time or lose that time in the car traveling. And over the years, guys, I've just tried my hardest. And really, I've developed a habit now that it's pretty much, I don't even think about it anymore. Whenever I have to travel somewhere, if I have to drive or even take a flight somewhere, I always think about how I'm going to use that time and not just lose it. Because I know that the 95% of people when they're traveling, let me see if I can click it from here. Boom. 95% of people that travel, they put headphones on and they listen to music and they watch movies. And I notice that's cool. It's nice to relax. You're going on vacation and stuff. But I know that there's about 5% of people that are traveling, maybe the top 1%, that they don't have a second to lose. And they have to literally use every second of their day. So, hopefully you get to the point where you're just so busy. You're so busy that your time is so valuable that you really have to maximize every second of your day. And being in a career like this is where something where you put into it, you're going to get out of it. There's places where if you would work there, you could work 9 to 5, but if you do anything extra, it's really not going to come back around for you. This is where when you do extra, whatever you put into it, you're going to be able to get back out of it. And if your goals are really big and you're trying to, achieve big things, you're going to have a full plate and you're going to have a busy schedule. And when I was told one time, as I said, someone told me, they're like, Tommy, not every man was meant to handle a full plate. I was like, oh, that kind of hit me pretty deep there. And I was like, not every man was meant to handle a full plate. And I'm like, what are you trying to say? I can't handle a full plate? I can handle it. Give it to me, coach. What do you think I can handle? Give me everything you got. I wanted it all, so the best way to handle the full plate is time management. It really is time management. So in this business, we're going to obviously work and continue to work at getting better at time management, which is going to make us better business people. If I'm good at time management in business, I'm going to be good at time management outside of business, which means I can help my family and help others. And remember, this is your personal business. You're a business person. So if you write down the word business person, guys, okay, what's the first word in business person? Anybody know? The first word is busy. Busyness. A business person is a busy person. What is your busyness? Busyness. Like when you think of business, I think of busyness. And I think, well, what's your busyness level? If you're a successful business, what do you think the busyness level of a successful business is? They're probably what? Pretty high. They're probably pretty busy, Unsuccessful business, low busyness level. What kind of business do you want to do business with? Let's say I was walking down the beach over the last 13 years, let's say, I've opened up over 13 offices in like 7 or 8 different states. So just to give you, I'll give you a little rundown, maybe to like kind of how that all happened. Okay, but before we do that, I was walking down the beach in Jacksonville. We opened the beach in an office in Jacksonville, and we were like, you know what? Let's stop and get some food. So I was with Jesse Rennick, and we're walking down the beach, and we're like, let's stop and get some food. So we look over, and there's literally two restaurants right next to us. And the first restaurant, we're like, oh, let's maybe go there. And we looked at it, and there was nobody really in the restaurant. And the next restaurant was like almost packed. And we're like, well, where should we go? Should we go to that one or that one? Which restaurant do you think that we chose to go to? The one that was empty or the one that was packed? Now you would think that we would want it to go to the one that was empty because we would get great service. Nobody's there. We could own the place. But we chose to go to the place that was packed. Why? Because it looked like a great time. Looked like there was a whole bunch of other people enjoying those services, and we wanted to partake in that as well. We didn't really want to go to the place where nobody was at. If you're in the mall and you're walking through the mall and you see a store and there's nobody in the store and there's just like a little old lady just standing at the counter hoping somebody comes in, and then the store next to it has music playing, there's people all over the store, they're throwing clothes off the racks. Which store are you going to want to go into? You're going to want to go to the business that's busy. You guys agree on that? Isn't that crazy? People want what they can't have almost, right? So if you're really busy, they're going to want to get on your schedule. So anyways, that's just a little idea of how you want to perceive the business world. You want to be busy. You don't want to not be busy. Hey, we're going to be stressed out either way in business. You're either going to be stressed out because your business is booming and you don't have enough hours in a day to handle all the business that's coming your way. That's a good problem to have. But it's going to be stressful, let me tell you that. There's another stress. And you can be stressed because your business is not growing. You have too much time on your hands. You don't have enough stuff going on. You're stressed because there's nothing going on. Or you're going to be stressed because there's too much going on. You got to pick what you want. But probably never going to be perfect world. You want the perfect world, go back to the 9 to 5. And that's far from perfect. So we don't do 9 to 5. If you're starting your own business, you know what they say? You should do 95, not 9 to 5. If you start your own business, you should do 95. What does that mean? You should do 95 hours a week, minimum. They asked Elon Musk, what type of schedule should you work when you start your own business? And I don't know if you ever met Elon, or no, not met him, but I don't know if you ever like seen him on TV or watched some YouTube or just watched him talk and how he handles himself. But he for him it was like a too basic of a question to even ask him. He's so smart, this guy. So he goes, every working hour, every hour that you're awake. Like that was his answer. Like, that's an easy question. That's pretty redundant. Like, what do you mean? You're starting your own business. How much time should you work in your business? Every waking hour. That was his response. Okay. So hey, you do what you want. You do what you want, but you're starting your own business. This is your business. You're putting your name on it. So if your name is on this thing, your name is on this thing. You can't blame anybody else. This is your business. And that's the approach that I took. You gotta act like you own the business and everything that you're doing. You're the owner of everything that you do. So if your name was on it, what would you want it to say? What would you want it to look like, right? So, I took that approach from the time that I started, with the company. I acted like I was the owner of the agency. I acted like I was a partner. And you know what? After 5 years, I became a partner with the agency that I was with. And they say dress for the position that you want. You don't wait till you get to, let's say to get promoted and then start acting like a leader. typically you're going to have to act like a leader for an extended period of time. And then eventually you end up getting promoted. You don't say, hey, when I start earning professional income, I'll start acting like a professional. You know, that's kind of backwards. That's like hustling backwards, as they would say. You have to act like a professional first for an extended period of time. And then eventually you're going to what? Earn professional income. So you just want to make sure that you understand the kind of conundrum, because people are like, well, when I'm the president, I'll dress like the president. Well, actually, you're going to have to dress like the president of the company, and then eventually you'll become the president of the company. You'll become the CEO. Act like the CEO, then you become the CEO. You don't say, when they make me a CEO, I'll start acting like a CEO. So that's what a lot of people, they hustle backwards and they realize, how come they're never getting anywhere? So my dad always told me, dress for the position that you want, not for the position that you have. So just the mindset of coming into the business, just giving you guys just a mindset on the amazing world that you're about to step into. This company is literally the greatest company on planet Earth. It's crazy to say that. I'm convinced, guys. I really am. I'm pretty darn convinced. I've asked people to try and show me better companies. I go out there on my own and I try. I'm like, dude, there gotta be something better. There gotta be something that's even like comparative to this. And there's nothing that I have found out there in America that is comparative to this company and how amazing it really is. Guys, I want to encourage you to get more intimate with AIL. Get intimately involved with this company. Know everything about it. Know when it was born. Know the CEOs of the company. We only had 3 CEOs in company history. 70 years. This is our company's 70-year anniversary. We've only had 3 CEOs in company history. Hold on, I got to admit somebody onto the call real quick. Looks like we got somebody there. Perfect. So anyways, get familiar with your company, the history of it, all the ins and outs, the players, the key people. You know, if you were going to go to the NBA, I'm sure you would probably know a couple of the major NBA players who played before you, like, you know, Magic Johnson and, you know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Larry Bird and John Stockton and all the people in the past. If you're going to be going to the NBA, you're going to have to know some NBA players. If this is going to be your profession, you need to start getting familiar with people in your profession that do. Or just salespeople, sales gurus, There's a couple that can help you, you know, that regardless of what you're selling. So Grant, looks like it cut out for a second there. Hopefully you can hear me. Can you guys hear it okay?
Yes.
Yes? We good? All right. So I was saying, like, some people you can listen to get you familiar with sales, like Tom Hopkins, Brian Tracy. Those were 2 old school guys. Zig Ziglar, old school. Grant Cardone, new school. Those are some good sales books, salespeople. You can go on YouTube and just type their name in. Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone is a great book. So you want to get familiar with people like that. People that are in this industry, especially with this company. Guys, I've been, a little background on myself. So I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, and I went to small D3 college. I played football there. After college, I graduated economics degree, and I went home and lived with my parents and got my real estate license. And everybody knows I dropped that license and I jumped in to become a financial advisor. So I spent my first 3 years out of college as a financial advisor, helping people manage their finances. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the stock market, learned a lot about investments, learned a lot about how to manage finances, how to manage my own finances. I had 150, 200 clients that I was working with, like doctors and lawyers and chiropractors and engineers and plumbers and all kinds of different people from all different walks of life, bar owners, business owners, school teachers. My best friend had just graduated college. Like I was helping him get on his feet. So I was helping people from all different walks of life. One of my great clients, she retired, and I was helping her manage her retirement accounts and make sure that she had enough money to retire off of. So there's a lot of different clientele and different walks of life that I was able to be exposed to. And I learned a lot about finances, and I learned a lot, like what kind of money people really have out there and what kind of jobs are out there. And then I came to this company, guys. I left that career and I came here. That was hard. I had to leave all my clients. I was making $75,000 a year. I'm 24 years old. I have 150 clients. And I promised them that I was going to manage their finances and be there with them till retirement. Your mom and dad gave me their money, and I said, sure, I'll manage it for you. And 3 months later, I had to call them and tell them, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to find somebody else. That was a tough conversation to have. Could you imagine? Sitting in front of somebody, they give you $400,000 of their money, their life savings. It took me 2 months. I'm like, yeah, trust me. Give me your money. Trust me, give me your money. They finally signed the paperwork over. And then 3 months later, 6 months later, I see this opportunity and I can't pass it up. It's way better than anything I've ever seen. So I have to call them and tell them. That was a hard conversation to have with 150 clients, telling them I couldn't be their financial advisor anymore. Believe me, it took me over a month to make the transition to come into this company, But when I came here, I got right at it. First thing I did is as I got down to business, guys, and I made sure that if this is going to be something that I'm going to be teaching and training and developing others, I need to know what I'm doing myself. I don't want to be building a team and teaching others and showing them the wrong way, or so I made sure that I mastered the sales process, guys. I mastered it. I crushed it. I was the number one agent. Nobody wrote any. I made sure I was number one, and I crushed it with the production. So I knew how to produce. So when I got into management and leadership was very quickly, guys. My first month, July of 2008, I wrote $24,000 in business. Now, keep in mind, you make half of what you write. So if you write $24,000 in business, you're going to make what? About $12,000. So I'm 24 years old. I turned 25 that month, July of 2008, and I just got paid $12,000. I never made that kind of money in a month ever. Nobody in my family ever made $12,000 in a month. So it was really, really exciting. And believe me, I went out and I recruited everybody. I was already recruiting everybody, but now I was even super excited. I recruited 10 people in July, 10 people in August, a bunch of people in September. Before you know it, I had a big team build up, and we were rocking and rolling. So I had to start getting into management and leadership. So now I'm hiring people. I'm recruiting, interviewing, hiring, and then getting them through the licensing, training them on how to do the sales, managing them in their careers, helping them get into management and leadership, helping them get promoted, then helping them manage and develop their teams, and then helping them help their people get into management and leadership, and then helping them manage all their teams. So I've interviewed probably 10,000 people. I know what kind of jobs are out there. I know what kind of careers exist. I know this business inside and out. I know the insurance industry. I've been doing it for 15 years at the highest level you possibly could have done it. I built the biggest team in the company, and we were on stage 5 years in a row and we broke every record in company history, basically built the biggest, baddest sales team. And we did it in little old Pittsburgh. Now we're out here in Chicago in an area that's 10 times the size. And we are just off to the races right now within our agency as well. But just keeping in mind the process, that I went through to get here, I can tell you for sure, there's no other company out there that has what this company has. It's one of a kind. So if you look at last year, we did, I don't know if you got the word yet, but last year was the biggest year in company history. Biggest year in company history. That's amazing. Amazing to say that. 272 million. And it was during a pandemic. I think they said it's a Fox News outlet, some sort of news outlets doing a story on the top businesses of 2020 that overcame the pandemic. And we were one of those. So we're going to be on the news on all major outlets and everything, for our company overcoming the pandemic as they did. But I just wanted to give you guys just a little background on us, this agency. This agency was founded in March of last year, and our expectations are very, very, very high. We've come off of breaking every record in company history. So our goal here is pretty much to do nothing less than that. So I hope you guys are on board and ready to be part of a winning organization. I'm not sure if you played sports before. Maybe you might be familiar with like the NFL. There's different organizations, different franchises. Some franchises, some organizations, some coaches just win. Some coaches just win. I'm not just saying that. I could show you we've won everything that we've ever done. But it's different when you play for Alabama versus playing for, I don't even know, some other company or the North Carolina Tar Heels. I'm just saying, if you want to play for Alabama, Alabama's the most winningest team. Their coach is the best coach in NCAA football. So if you want to play for a championship caliber organization, it is going to be different. The expectation when you go to Alabama is to win a championship. Why do you go to Alabama? To win a championship. When you guys come here, our expectations together are to win championships. I hope the reason that you're coming here is because you want to win some championships in life. If that's what you guys want to do, we're here, but get ready to subscribe to something you've never been subscribed to do before. We do different stuff. We do them at different times. We make way different money than everybody else out there. We get paid differently. We talk differently. We think differently. We operate differently. We different. I don't want to be like the other 95%. And I'm never going to be like that. And you guys aren't going to get me over there. I'm going to get you up here, or that's it. You're going to come to the top 5%. We're never going to go that way. What everybody else is going left, we're going right. So get ready to do something different, because if you guys want something different, you can't do the same thing and expect different results. You can't be the same person and expect different results. The same old you is going to get the same old results that you've got for the last how many years of your life. We're coming here, guys, to make a difference and to change and to grow. You got to sacrifice sort of who you are for who you want to become. And that's going to be part of this process. I'm just letting you guys know it's part of the process. You're going to have to be okay with getting chiseled a little bit. You got to be okay with getting coached a little bit. We're only here to help. Like if we're helping and coaching you, it means we care about you, obviously. So just, embrace that, get excited about it. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We work together on teams. This is a team. And this is not a bunch of individuals that are like just happen to be in the same room. This is a team. And a team is people that are on the same mission together. So we have a goal that we need to get to, and everybody is going all towards that goal. And they know, I know, we know, anybody that's been involved in any sort of championship team before, I've won championships on the football field, is that you got to play for the name on the front of the jersey more than you play for the name on the back of the jersey. The name on the front of the jersey is the team. It says the Pittsburgh Steelers on the front. What's it say on the back? Your last name. It says your last name. If you're in it for you, hey, it's possible for you to win and the team to lose. You could run 100 yards this game. Good job. You ran for 100 yards, but we lost.
Right.
So but you know what? If the team wins, you always win. If the team wins, you always win. Right? So that's why we got to play for the name on the front of the jersey, and everybody wins. Together, everyone achieves more, and that's a real thing. So as much as we're in business for ourselves, and by ourselves, not in business for ourselves, not by ourselves, and all that, we got to remember that you're gonna go a lot further with people. What I say, you can go maybe faster alone, but you can go further together. You might be able to move faster alone, but you can go further together. We're not here for the short term, just the speed here and speed there. We're in this business for the long term. So when you come into this thing, you have to approach it with the mentality of a long-term business plan. Think of it as like, you're going to have to learn here. You could think of it like your first year in this business. If you haven't done this business before at all, your first year is like going to college pretty much. You got to graduate. Your first year is like your freshman year. Your second year is your sophomore year. Your third year is your junior year. Your fourth year in this business can be your senior year. And you know how college got when you were a senior. You remember how high school was when you were a senior. Think about how high school and college, how when you were a freshman, kind of almost sucked. You were new, you didn't know anybody, you were nervous. I wanted to quit college and go home. I called my dad. I said, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I hated it. By the time I was a senior, I was like the king on campus. Everybody knew me. I didn't have that many classes. I got to pick my schedule. When you're a freshman, you got to take the 8 o'clock classes. It sucks. When you're a senior, I told them I don't want any class after 10 a.m. this year. I booked all my classes 10 a.m. after. It was like the greatest thing ever, So when you're a senior, it's better. You're bigger, you're stronger, you know where campus, you know all the people on campus, you know where the bathroom's at. When you're a freshman, you don't even know where the bathroom's at. So you got to realize that's the business. The business, you're going to be a freshman, but if you don't quit, you're going to be a senior, guaranteed to happen. The people who don't make it to be seniors are all the ones that quit. I played college football. When we started, I think there was like maybe 33 freshmen, 35 freshmen. We took our senior picture, there was 12 of us. There's 12 of us. 12 seniors left on our college football team out of 30 or 40 that started. Like 1 out of 3 made it. I remember when I went to college, he said, look to your left, look to your right. One of you guys will be here at the end of this thing. Something like that. Don't let that be you in this business. You're here for the long term. Short term, there's going to be all kind of stuff that happens. Let me ask you, over the next year, are you going to have any birthday parties to go to? Yeah. Anniversaries? Yeah. Funerals? Yeah. Weddings? Yeah. People are going to get sick? Yeah. Is there going to be Easter? Yeah. Christmas? Yeah. Thanksgiving? Yeah. Is there going to be fireworks? Yep, there's going to be fireworks. It's all going to happen. Guess who also that shit happens to? Tom Brady. Same thing happened to him. But guess what he did? He showed up for practice the next day. He has Thanksgiving, but he has practice. What do you think he does? Eats turkey or goes to practice? He has a game on Thanksgiving. They have Tom Brady playing on Thanksgiving. What do you think he does? Oh, I don't want to work today. It's Thanksgiving. I don't work on Thanksgiving. He works. All I'm saying, guys, is you're going to have a lot of stuff over the next 365 days. If you take off every time and don't put it into your business, you're not going to work at all. If every time there's a birthday, if every time there's Monday Night Football, if every time there's a Rose Bowl, if every time that there's an anniversary, if every time you're literally going to be missing half the whole year of work. So if you were at school You couldn't just come back home because it was your grandma's birthday. You had school that week. Nothing you can do about it. So you got to treat it the first few years, especially like as a school. You're going to have to put some time in. You're going to have to make a little bit of sacrifice, guys. It's all going to come back to you. I promise. I'll end on this today, guys. There's going to be sacrifices to being successful. There's going to be sacrifices to being unsuccessful. You just got to choose. You got to choose. What sacrifices do you want to take? The sacrifices to being successful are not going to be the same as the sacrifices to being unsuccessful. If you want to be successful, what are the sacrifices you're going to have to make? You might have to work a little bit later. You might have to sacrifice who you are for who you want to become. You might have to sacrifice some time. If you're not successful, what do you got to sacrifice then? You might have to sacrifice putting food on a habit of doing things that Hey, I didn't hang up. This thing keeps cutting out. I apologize. But yeah, the common denominator of success says that successful people have formed the habit of doing the things that unsuccessful people are not willing to do. The thing is, the things that unsuccessful people don't like to do are the same things that successful people don't like to do. The difference is the successful people do them anyways, and they develop the discipline to have the habits to do the things that they don't want to do, where unsuccessful people, they don't want to do them and they don't do them because they don't want to do them. Successful people, they don't want to do it either, but they do it anyways, right? And discipline is what? Doing what you need to do, when you need to do it, the way it needs to get done. That's from Nick Saban. So I appreciate you guys' time today. You know, I didn't go into nothing about the business, guys. I didn't talk about scripts. I didn't talk about leads. I didn't talk about ALP. I didn't talk about numbers, referrals. Today was just trying to get you gassed up a little bit, hopefully motivate you guys to get through, your courses here, guys, and anything else you need to get through today or this week. So remember, the founder of our company, he said this, and he's an amazing person. Bernard Rappaport founded our company, guys. And like I said, look up the 3 CEOs. We only had 3. Bernard Rappaport is the founder of our company. He carried the torch of this company for a very long time, and he passed it over to Roger Smith. And then over the last 5 years, Roger Smith retired and passed it on to Steve Greer. So Bernard Rappaport said this. He said, in order to light others on fire, you must first set fire to yourself. You can't get other people excited unless you're excited first, right? Don't forget about your personal recruit bonus. If they haven't told you, you get $750 per person. We had a gentleman last year. He brought 10 people in his very first month and made an additional $7,500 extra dollars in his first month. So it's really exciting when that happens. I hope that's some of you guys too. So take advantage of it. All right. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you on Monday. Hop on the agency meeting on Monday. We're giving $10,000 away. We had an amazing week, an amazing month. This meeting is going to be off the chain. I'm telling my grandma to hop on it from her house just to give her something to do. It's going to be fun, guys. So look forward to seeing you guys there on Monday as well. Get you, your friends, your family. If you have any personal recruits, get them on that call as well. Monday at 11 o'clock, the agency meeting, guys. Have a great weekend.
Wait, I got a question.
Go for it. Yes, sir.
Actually, a couple questions. Um, One, thank you for giving the opportunity to join your company. I was actually interested in myself for my family, the insurance portion for life insurance for my family. I was trying to get some more information on that as well, signing myself up and my wife and my children. I don't know. I don't want to waste everybody's time, but if you can go into any depth about that, or I definitely would like to know more about that, and I'm even willing to sign up today or in the next week or so. As far as that goes, but I do have other questions. But if you can convey some information for me about
Yes.
that.
Yeah, I'll comment on that really quick. First of all, for that, I just have your manager, whoever, helped get you hired. I can talk to, who, do you know who hired, who'd you meet with?
I spoke to Melissa and Gio.
Oh, great. Yeah, I could have them definitely reach out to you today after this, just to touch base and follow up on the call. And then if you guys want to discuss that, they can really help you out with that. And to comment on that is just an unbelievable proactive step that you are taking. Number one, just to protect your family alone. If you don't have, it's just great. But second of all, for a business mindset, it's hard to sell something that you don't own yourself.
Yes,
And
sir.
there's a thing that they say, you don't want to drive a Chevy but sell a Ford. That's the
Yeah.
old saying they used to say. So just that's going to carry you so far in your career to be able to sit down with somebody and look them in your eye and know that I have this myself.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, that's a
I,
great right there. Honestly, if you take people that work with this company that have our product and the people that don't have our product, the people that own the product make almost twice as many sales as the people that don't have the product. So it's
mm,
pretty much a no-brainer, to do that.
that's what I'm interested. I'm ready, and
Yeah,
I knew I had the meeting with you today, and I was talking to my wife about it, and we were going over what we do have, and I was kind of like, no, I'm part of this business now. It would be foolish not to,
yes,
investigate and get the information needed, especially it's something that'll help my family as a husband, a man, and a father. So that's what thank you for like enlightening me, and I'm gonna wait until I actually reach out to Gio and Melissa too myself, because I'm ready and I want to get things done and protect them.
yeah,
Um, what I also was asking as well, and I know you have to earn, you have to show by action and consistency first, which I have no problem with that. That's why I came to the company, and one of the reasons I want to pursue the managerial role in the near future. And I've been told great stories from Gio, Melissa, some of the great people in the organization, and it was like you said. I don't know verbatim of the quote that you just spoke on one of the founders, but you have to light a fire in yourself before you can do it for others. So that fire was already lit, but anything that you spoke on and they spoke on, and what the company seems to stand for, I want to be a part of, and that'll bring stability to my family. So um, interested in that. I'm even interested if it's something like a mentorship program for managers or want to be managers, supervisors, because to me it's beyond the stars. So that's what I want. I'm driven for it. I want it, and even if it's extra time, if it's somebody that Gio spoke to me about recently that just became, I believe, one of the managers. I don't know specifically what type of manager within like 3 months. Well, I don't want to. I want to beat that. Not saying they are part of my team now, but I'm a competitor, and just like you played football, I play basketball, and I like to. I know the team's aspect of it, but I'm also a competitor as well. I could take an L, but I don't like losing.
yeah,
So I want to get that within too, and just give me the tools and what I need to do. Even if you are, hey, Jared, give me 10 minutes of your time. Let me pick your brain. Anybody that's a part of this conference right now, I'm open. whatever it needs to be. If they need help, I'm here. The long story short, I'm ready, and I want that position.
Well, I mean, for the mentorship, what we have here is we have a leadership development program that I do. I call it FBLA, just because
Mhm.
when I was in high school, they called it the Future Business Leaders of America. So
Okay.
we call it, it's the Future Business Leaders of our agency.
Okay.
So that's our FBLA. And that's all the up and coming leaders that have, shown that they're, on the path to getting promoted. We start working with them before they even get into management and leadership, and
Okay.
start working on those skill sets, ahead of time. And then, hey,
Mhm.
I also play basketball as well. We play up here a lot.
You do?
Well,
Okay.
they shut down our court, but we have a court right next to the office, and it's indoors, and we
Okay.
go to play every Thursday at
Every
1
Thursday.
o'clock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me know. I mean, I'm in. I don't know if you know the town, but I live in Romeoville, so near Bolingbrook, like southwest
Yes.
area.
Yeah.
So,
You'd have to make a day of it. You'd have to come up to the office for the day,
okay.
hang out for the day, come play some hoops with us, and then
Oh yeah,
done, you know.
I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm a little rusty having two kids and stuff, but yeah,
Ha!
I get out there.
We'll shake that rust off you.
But thank you.
Yeah.
If Gio yourself, that FBLA program, just let me know what I need to do to earn that position to get in that program.
We will, man, for sure. Hey, you right now, my boss told me, he was like, he's like, all that, because I was asking him questions about, he's like, that's all good, but don't forget about your two first things you got to do is you got to study and pass.
Yes,
Because
yes.
that's the first thing he told me. He always remind me, like, yeah, make sure you study and pass, or else this is pointless,
Right.
Right.
Yes. So whatever I need to do, and I know it's baby steps before you can walk.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, it's not a matter of if, but when. If you keep plugging away, you're going to get there, man. I've seen just people, it's not about there's going to be some resistance, and then you have to have persistence, and then your persistence has to beat the
The
resistance.
resistance.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
And
sir.
there's going to be obstacles, and sometimes those obstacles are going to be put in our way just to see how bad we really want it. That we're going to have to overcome them, One
Mhm.
door's going to close. I'm going to tell you that, just because there's a better door that's going to open down the road. I promise you. So
Okay.
that's just part of the having faith part of this process as well. You got to stick to the process, trust the process. You have to have that unwavering faith that you think, the faithful are favored, well, that's because they're faithful, the doubters aren't. The doubters don't get rewarded as much. So it's
Yeah.
hard to do, you got to put yourself out on a little bit of faith as well, guys. But, at the end of the day, you're really invested into yourself and into your business. And, that's the best thing you could do. Any minute that you put into, listening to books and all that kind of stuff, all the money you put into to building yourself up, if you buy a book or whatever, that's an investment into yourself, and it'll never be a bad investment. It's never going to be a bad. Now, you could buy some stock out there and the stock market can go down. That could be a bad investment, but you put money in yourself, that's never going to be a bad investment. So, hey, I'm really excited, guys. I'm really excited for you to get in here and get started and get rocking with us. And I'm encouraged, definitely by having you guys on the call here today. So we're going to keep bringing it this year, and look forward to seeing you guys on Monday. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
You too.